Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Hope everybody's having a good evening. We've got lots to go over this evening. Starting off with a couple chances of some stronger thunderstorms this week. We might even mention that that dirty old four-letter word snow. Oh man, that caught you by surprise. I don't know. I think he was barking at a butterfly. That dog got the most sensitive ears known to man. You know, Alan, if you talked about me at church yesterday, I probably need all the help I can get. I hope it was positive. Hi, Gene. All right, guys, we got a few in the room right now. And again, if you know anybody that gets in the middle of it, it's always posted on YouTube and, of course, on Facebook after we run the stream. So let's get started. So tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we so far are under a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms through all of west central Missouri. Now, there, as most severe storm events, there are lots of ifs, and I will go over some of them as we go through. But this, what you're looking at now, is the Storm Prediction Center, the FPC, day 2 convective outlook, and of course you can see where this darker shade of green, that is a marginal risk for severe storms. Now we also have a larger area on Wednesday for marginal risk. Now, either one of these 2 days could be upgraded depending on what the real-time data, the weather balloons that they will be launching throughout the night tonight, what that data comes back and suggests. Now, going back to day 2, I really think the best chance to see severe thunderstorms is going to be here in central Missouri. Right through here, taking part of west central Missouri with it. I do believe it's going to be likely up maybe Pettis County, Saline, Ray, Carroll. I think there's Howard and Cooper counties over there in central Missouri, and points maybe just a little bit to the north. I think that's going to be kind of the hot spot for tomorrow. We're going to have a line of storms that will be coming through somewhere, and I have it timed out here just a little bit, but somewhere around the 7 to 9 p.m. time frame tomorrow night. It does look like we might get some scattered thunderstorms. I don't think we're going to amount to a whole lot of rainfall, especially for the farmers that got a lot of anhydrous on right now, fertilizer. So I'm not expecting like a 2-inch rain tomorrow night by no means. Maybe a couple tenths, quarter of an inch, something like that, if you get caught underneath one of these thunderstorms. Now, we are not looking at a very big tornado threat at all. These storms tomorrow night are going to be primarily for strong straight line winds and large hail. And we can see that here. So here's the tornado outlook for tomorrow, and it's less than 2% in all areas across the U.S. So that's not going to be a big issue. The Wind, not a big issue, under 5%, but the hail outlook is the greatest of, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at day 1. Here's the tornado outlook for day 2, under 2%. The wind outlook for our area is about the 5% chance. And then we're also going to be taking a look at the hail is also a 5% risk for hail. So right now it's just marginal. We're not even in a slight risk category yet. But we do have the potential to see a few stronger cells tomorrow night as a line of storms move through west central Missouri if they initiate. That is the first if. And we kind of a little bit of a refresher course. You guys remember me talking about at the weather seminar. We talked about there's 4 ingredients for thunderstorms and severe weather: moisture, instability, lifting, and wind shear. We have instability. We do have a cold front that will be still had not crossed us until late Thursday night. We have lifting because of that cold front. We have wind shear, which is the change of wind direction and height. We definitely will have that. But what we're lacking a little bit is on the moisture. Our dew points are not quite at a level where we expect to see a bunch of severe weather. So let's take a look at, we can take a look at what is going on here at the surface. And then we'll go into moisture and where all that moisture is going to. So let's bring this over here. Make sure everybody sees this good. So right here is our low that we are going to be concerned about tomorrow and Wednesday. Now right now we're kind of set up as this begins to pull off to the east. We're kind of set up. We're going to have the wind shear. We're going to have some lifting. But notice our winds are coming out of the southwest. Now that is really not going to be bringing up a whole lot of Gulf moisture. What we want to see is a southeast wind or a southerly wind to bring moisture up to us. So moisture and dew points are going to be relatively low, and that is the reason why it might hold some of these thunderstorms in check for tomorrow night. But it is definitely going to be a wait and see. All the models and the data are suggesting a line of thunderstorms moving through our area between 7 and 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I will be on live tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 6:30, out ahead of this line. And just to watch it, we'll be talking about a few things, but mainly the main purpose of going live tomorrow night is just to check to make sure that these storms stay below severe limits. And if they do get to severe limits, of course, then we'll begin to track these storms as they head into west central Missouri. Now, this is a very interesting fact. Now, take a look where I showed you where this low pressure system was. And I told you how it's going to be moving off this way, like it always does, following jet stream. Watch what happens to this low pressure system, which is crazy. It doesn't happen very often. So you got the low pressure system. Look where it goes. It's moving to the southwest, away from us. And look what happens up here to the north. It allows a clipper to come in, bringing cold, below freezing air into west central Missouri for the weekend, with the possibility of maybe on the backside to see a few snowflakes in the air. How crazy is that? So we normally don't see that very often. So what we'll do, let me run this through one more time and you can see it. There it is, forming and moves to the southwest and then ejects out. But not before it will allow some colder temperatures to penetrate. I'm looking at Monday, only the high of 42 on Monday right now because of this cold Canadian air mass. So pretty crazy stuff going on here in Missouri. So now back to the dew points. As that storm system begins to affect us tomorrow night, our dew points, we really need dew points and moisture at the 55 to 60 degree mark for dew point temperatures. That's the amount of moisture that the air can hold. We want it up 55, 60 degrees before we begin to see some of those stronger, higher top thunderstorms, possibly severe. And notice that by Tuesday afternoon, we do get up 54, 55, right at the borderline. But there are a few 60s that are up here in central Missouri. And that is why I'm kind of thinking maybe the best chance to see the stronger thunderstorms anyway is going to be right in this area. So part of Pettis County, Johnson County, that's where I'm going to be watching for the stronger of thunderstorms. But we are going to have a line that's going to be shaped about like this that will be moving through, if these storms initiate, right around the 7 to 9 p.m. Oh, my penmanship is horrible. 7 to 9 p.m. is when we can expect some rainfall tomorrow night. And I will be live starting at 6:30 tomorrow night. Now, again, for those of you that have not checked out the website, you really need to check out the website. We have switched over to our spring and summer format. This is where you can get all your warnings, watches, and advisories right here on our homepage of the website. You also have 3 interactive maps. You have a radar, and it is interactive. You can move it around. You can set it in motion for future cast. You also have wind and temperatures. Right now, we've got a south wind, 59 degrees here in Clinton, and you can actually move it around. It is interactive. And then we have rainfall accumulation for the next 12 hours, 24, 36, or the next 5 days that you can look, and it is also interactive. So make sure you take a look at the website. Tons of information. Now let's take a look at what radar is going to look tomorrow evening according to the short-term model. Here is our timestamp on this map right here at my cursor. We're looking at 6 p.m. tonight, and then we go into Tuesday. About 4 o'clock we start to see a few showers and thunderstorms popping up. And then here's that line of storms. Now, whether or not these are going to be strong enough to be severe, it's unfortunately there is a chance we could see some severe weather out of this, or at least a couple of strong storms with some penny to quarter size hail out of these storms as they move across. But I do believe the best chance of seeing severe weather is going to be here in central Missouri if they initiate and blow up here in central Missouri. But it'd be something we'll be definitely keeping an eye on as we go forward. Now, the interesting thing for Wednesday, remember on Wednesday we also have yet another shot. Let's go back up here real quick. Wednesday, it's a more broad area. Now, this is what's going to be a good thing to be watching for Wednesday afternoon. And the reason is because the dew points are going to start to get creeping up into near 60 degrees on Wednesday. You see how we're getting up to around 60, 62 degrees, and it's going to continue to pool. This is when I think late Wednesday night, we're talking almost like 2 o'clock in the morning, there is a potential we could see a few supercells. There will not be a line of storms. There could be some supercells that form out here in eastern Kansas and west central Missouri. And those are the ones that we will have to watch very, very closely. That, and again, we are going to be under a cap, guys. And again, back at the weather seminar, remember what a cap was. A cap is when we have all the conditions ready for thunderstorms. We have that unstable air that is rising because warm air rises when everything around it is cooler than itself, and then it hits a warm, stable air mass, and it cannot go up any further. That is a cap. We will be under that cap all day on Wednesday. Wednesday night late, there is a potential that that cap will erode, and if it does, we could have to deal with some supercells late. We're talking 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be a long night Wednesday night, and again, we're still 48, 72 hours away, so things might change a little bit. But all the conditions are going to be there. We're going to have our dew point. We're going to have that's moisture. We're going to have our instability. We're going to have a cold front that's going to be bringing much colder air. That is going to be the trigger mechanism. And then, of course, we'll have south wind and northwest wind. We'll have plenty of wind shear. So all the ingredients will be there except for this real thin layer of warm, stable air that will serve as a cap. But Wednesday evening into the overnight is really my focus point right now. We'll have possibility of some borderline severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, right around the 7 to 9 p.m. mark. But for right now, Wednesday is looking like could be our biggest threat here in west central Missouri. I'm going to jump over to chat real quick. Take a look what everybody is talking about over here. Hi, Claudia. Hey, Abby. So what's the 10th for our area Friday and Saturday? Oh, man, I don't want to let everybody down, MH. What are you doing? All right, all right. Let's go to regular temperatures. So, let's take a look. So here we are. Today, beautiful day. Tomorrow, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to feel like around 73, 74 degrees tomorrow. Beautiful. Wednesday, we'll have another beautiful warm-up on Wednesday. Now, really, that's about as far as I want to go. So, let's take a look at the long range. I'm going to burst everybody's bubble. So, beautiful this week. Chance for thunderstorms and rain as we go into the weekend. So, here we go into Friday at 10. This is when we really start to see that cold front move through. 1 o'clock on Thursday. And here comes the leading edge of the cold front. And Saturday, 7 a.m., 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it's only going to feel like 59 degrees here in west central Missouri. 10 o'clock Sunday night, it's going to feel like 30 degrees, 27, 21. And then we get to Tuesday, feeling like 23 degrees, 22. And then we start to warm back up on Wednesday. So we've got a whole mixed bag here, guys. And so I had a few people talk to me ask me about our last freeze. So I am working on a long range, kind of like what I did last month, and I go through this storm system, which is right around the 18th through this weekend. And remember, I had stated from around the 12th through the 18th of March will be our next bigger system. This is the same system that came through the second week of January. Almost the third week of January now. So this is our system this weekend. We're also going to be seeing this repeat itself again in middle April. And that is where I am expecting a rather large, significant, severe weather outbreak somewhere here in the Midwest. I go to my calendar. I have marked down here the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd for a potential severe storm outbreak. This is going to coincide with that record-breaking cold temperatures we had back in January when the Chiefs of Miami played and wind chills were down 30 below zero. That's coming back around again now. We will see it again in April. And I do believe that could be the setup where we see really warm temperatures followed by severe storms, possibly significant, and then on the backside, possibly see some wintry precip or temperatures back down lows in the low to mid 20s. And at that point in time will likely be our last freeze for the year. Right around April 22nd, 23rd. So I do believe we'll have a late freeze with beautiful temperatures in between times. Now, after this weekend storm, we will have another clipper at the end of the month, right around the 28th, 29th of March. We'll have a little clipper that could bring it back down to a pretty hard freeze again. And then, of course, then we heat back up. Beautiful couple threats for severe storms the first couple weeks of April. And then we have our big one that third week of April with potential to see some significant severe weather followed by another hard freeze. PSP. Well, PSP, we won't get into that yet, Alan. You know, I'm in storm mode now, buddy. I don't know if I have past or snow day probability in me to give out. We're not going to be looking at much snow, even if it does. Let's take a look at this real quick. We're on the GFS. We'll just take a look at it. I think the North American model actually shows a few flurries around on Sunday and Monday. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and yeah, just a few on Sunday. We're going to be, well, look at that 540 line. That's the freeze line. It's going to go all the way down into central Texas on Sunday, Monday. So we will definitely be much, much colder as we head into Sunday and Monday than what we've had here over the last couple, 3 weeks, with some snow showers possible in Missouri on Sunday and Monday. Hey, Catherine. Well, tomorrow, we just kind of got done going over that a little bit. We're under a marginal risk, obviously, for tomorrow afternoon and again on Wednesday. It's not looking overly impressive for severe storms for tomorrow afternoon. There will likely be a line of storms around the 7 to 9 p.m. time frame. Here's our time right here, timestamp, Catherine. So as we go into Tuesday afternoon, a few showers, thunder showers, and then right around the 7 o'clock range, we begin to see a line of storms approaching west central Missouri at that time. So I think the best chance of seeing any kind of severe weather, the best threat, will likely stay right in this area. But we will be watching. The tornado threat very, very, very low. It'll be the biggest threat will be hail to the size of quarters as this line of storms move through. Now Wednesday, on the other hand, is a little bit more concerning to me. We're going to be under that cap on Wednesday all the way through the evening. And then as that cold front moves just a little bit closer, it could erode the cap. And if it does, we could be very well have some supercells in eastern Kansas and west central Missouri, and that would not be good. So the potential is there. That's the reason why there is a marginal risk for severe storms. It could be upgraded on Wednesday, and we will see it be upgraded. Here, this is Wednesday's look from the SPC. It likely will be upgraded to a slight risk, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to cover west central Missouri. It could be more up here around the Iowa-Missouri state line. Could be where they have a slight risk that will come out possibly even tomorrow. Up here in northern Missouri and the Four Corners, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri, right in that area. There's going to be a warm front that is going to be draped across that area Wednesday night. So that warm front is going to be situated about like that. So I do believe the best forcing for any kind of severe thunderstorms will likely be right in that area. Actually, I drew it a little bit too. About like that. That's where I think the biggest threat Wednesday night is going to be. But it's going to be very nocturnal. It's going to be midnight to 3 a.m. before these storms actually break the cap, if they do. So it'll be a long night Wednesday night. But the potential is definitely there. Just keep it for KC and you're good. All right, guys. So I know that was a lot of information. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Very simple in a nutshell. I will be working on long-term extended forecasts over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Kind of give you guys kind of an idea of what we have coming down the pipe here in west central Missouri. For the short term, just remember we need to be paying attention. This is great practice, guys. This is great practice because we are heading into severe storm season. We're about 3 weeks away from it. So This is all just kind of precursor to the main show. April and May are looking very active right now for West Central Missouri. So I think I've seen about 6 different forecasts so far from 6 different meteorologists. And right now, the kind of the hot spot for tornadic action this springtime looks like it's going to be encompassing West Central Missouri this year. Whereas in the years prior, the last 3 years, it's been centered right down here. So it has shifted more to the west, more in the traditional tornado alley, which is right through here. That's kind of your traditional tornado alley, and it looks like it's going to be encompassing some of West Central Missouri. So it is definitely something we need to be paying attention to. Make sure you have a plan in place. If you live in a trailer, if you live in a house without a basement, make sure to have a plan. You know, just your basic planning for severe weather. This is a great time to kind of put it into play. And as we get ready to enter into an active severe weather season 2024. Stinking storm season. So we are tomorrow night. If we do get that line of storms, we will be utilizing on the live stream the Nader Boys cameras. So we will be utilizing that tomorrow night with daylight savings. I think these storms may initiate before it gets dark, so we may have a pretty good view. Man, look at that sunset. That's beautiful. There's the moon. That's a beautiful sunset as we look off to the west from Dayton, Missouri, courtesy of Nader Boys. Beautiful sunset out there this evening. So we will be utilizing these cameras tomorrow night, watching these storms come through West Central Missouri, kind of giving us a bird's eye view of the line of storms as they make their way into West Central Missouri tomorrow night. It's going to be about this time tomorrow night, maybe a little bit earlier, starting around 7. But right around this time tomorrow night, we'll be watching for initiation of a line of stronger thunderstorms to move through. So it'll be quick. Not going to have a whole lot of rain with them, but we'll be watching out for the potential of maybe seeing some hail as we go through tomorrow night. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to be on here just for a couple more minutes in case anybody has any questions. Let's take a look at, and again, as we go into tomorrow night, a line of storms. This is what we're going to be watching for, the potential of a few hailers. And then they'll be out of here quickly. They'll be out of here less than an hour, hour and a half. They'll be completely out of West Central Missouri. And then we will be watching for Wednesday night. Let's take a look at the European. Take a look at the GFS here real quick. If you guys are still hanging out, we'll kind of take a look at the future cast here. This is the GFS. This is the North American model. we'll take a look at what it's showing for what radar is going to look like. Of course, it's showing a little bit earlier initiation, maybe like around the 6-7 o'clock time frame tomorrow night. And really, it does not show much of the way of just a few thunderstorms. And like I said, Wednesday night late, we are not likely going to see a line of storms. We may see some small discrete cells which could be rotating, giving them the definition of a supercell. So that is what I will be watching for Wednesday night if that cap breaks. Now, this North American model is not showing that model breaking as we go into the overnight hours. Just a couple little showers and that's it. And doesn't look like it's showing much of the way of precipitation all the way through until about the 25th as we go into that last week of March. All right, guys. Looks like that's about all that I have for you. Like I said, I'll be working on the extended forecast over the next 4 to 6 weeks. I will be posting that in our Facebook group. Do not forget to check out our website, SubbyWeatherTalk.com. I've got some great video weather news. Got some awesome videos from Nader Boys that I have posted here of some of their work. We've got some basic thunderstorm 101 from National Geographic. It's a short video, talks about what we talked about at the weather seminar last week. Great little video. If you're into camping, man, this is an awesome video to watch. It's a little long, it's about 40 minutes. But the guy, that's what he does. He's a YouTuber. He goes out, he camps in the mountains, and he got put under a tornado warning while he was camping. So that's kind of a cool. And of course, we got severe weather safety. We have Weather Channel, how to survive a tornado if you're in a vehicle. Got an awesome weather and ag in focus. These guys, I love their video podcast. This actually is showcasing Pico Hank, and a renowned storm chaser. He's a rocker. He played in a rock band. After 3 years of going to college in biology, decided to be a rocker. And then he got the passion for the weather and the beautiful nature pictures that he takes are phenomenal, and it showcases some of them here in this video. And of course, you can always watch Fox Weather Live 24/7, 365. So lots of great information on our website. Please check it out if you get a chance. And again, I will be updating tonight when the new data comes out, tomorrow around lunchtime, and then I plan to be live again tomorrow night as we wait for any initiation of stronger storms that could be affecting west central Missouri, 6:30 tomorrow night. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you get on Nader Boys YouTube channel. They're going to be having some live videos. We're going to be incorporating them on our live streams as well. So make sure you go in, search for Nader Boys on YouTube, and like and subscribe to their channel as well. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll be talking to you very, very soon.